Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the United Star for another episode of Fantasy Premier League. And we have Shivan again here with us. In our United Star Mini League, KU's 11 is extending his lead with 765 points at the top. He's also got 92 points this week, which is the highest, of course. Yeah, it's getting competitive. Join the league, join the action. If you win, you get a jersey of your choice. The links are in the description. So, Shivan, let's get into this week, game week 12. The game weeks are coming hard and fast. What do you think sort of the captain choices are for this week?
I think the main fixture to look out for is Liverpool versus Fulham. I think Mohamed Salah, after his 14 pointer against Wolves at home, he's going to be the number one captain choice. Everyone's going to look to bring him in because after he got COVID, a lot of managers removed him from the team. So they're probably looking at this fixture for because United and City play each other. So De Bruyne and Fernandes and Sterling can't really be captain choices. I think this week, especially because Fulham has such a bad defense in recent weeks, we'll have to look at Mohamed Salah as a number one captain option.
Right. I completely agree with you. I mean, Fulham, even though they won that game against Leicester and all of that, they are prone to conceding goals. And Mohamed Salah is just, I mean, he is the sort of most bankable player in FPL. Any other choices that come to mind? Tottenham is playing Crystal Palace, Leicester is playing Brighton. Any fixtures there that strike out for you?
So the Tottenham game, I think if most people who have Harry Kane and Son, which is a lot of people, like more than 60% of FPL managers, if they don't have Salah, they can captain one of them. But I'm just not sure about Tottenham because the numbers look so bad because they didn't have a shot on target in the last two games, second half against Arsenal and Chelsea. But still, Son and Kane did so well. So they're so clinical that they just need one or two chances to score. So I think because Crystal Palace will be more of a low block compared to Arsenal played a high line, so Son had a better point scoring opportunity on the counter attack. I think if you have Kane, he's a better option than Son. But in terms of other fixtures, one player I really like is Patrick Bamford. So he's had the highest non-penalty XG plus a non-penalty expected assists this season amongst Premier League players. I think it's 0.85 per 90, which means he's going to get you, he should get you one goal contribution a game. So, and they're playing West Ham at home, and Leeds have looked like a brilliant attack. So that's one player I want to look at. I want to look to bring him in my team. But if you have him in your team, and if you don't have the likes of Salah, and you can't bring him in because you have KDB and Bruno, look at Patrick Bamford or someone like that.
Right. So Shivan, I agree with you in terms of Kane and Son, but the fact that they're playing just, I mean, the fact that they're just getting goals somehow with the limited chances they have, either one of them gets a double-digit haul every week. It's become like that. So I do
Yeah.
think that they're a great option. Also, Kane was our far field choice for last week, and you saw he got an assist and a goal. The week before that, we went for Callum Wilson. This week I'm going to actually go for Danny Ings. I think he got a goal coming off the bench. He's playing a lackluster Sheffield United defense. I'm quite certain that he's going to start this week now since he already came on off the bench. And yeah, I'm expecting a couple of goals easy from Danny Ings against Sheffield. And I think sort of Jamie Vardy last week, that late winner against Sheffield, would have done a lot of damage to their morale as well. So this week, I mean, if you want to be bold, I think Danny Ings is an option. I think Jamie Vardy is
Yeah.
yet an option against Brighton. Brighton do concede quite a few goals. So I think even when Jamie Vardy is looking like he's getting back to some sort of goal scoring form, so I think that could be an option as well.
There's one more option I want to say. I think Chelsea are probably one of the best attacks in the league. We saw against Leeds, they actually should have scored 5 or 6 goals. They had so many clear cut chances, and Timo Werner should have scored 2, 3 goals against Leeds. And he's looked so good this season, apart from the fact that he can't really convert chances. So he's getting into great positions, but he can't really convert. And Everton have conceded at least 2 goals, and I think in their last 6 games or something like that. They have a really weak defense. They don't have their fullbacks, Coleman and Dean, so they're playing Fabian Delph and Alex Iwobi in the wings and the wingback positions, and like they're playing three centre backs, so
But
it's not
Shivan,
looking good
the
defensively.
Chelsea situation brings me to a player that a lot of managers actually own, which is Hakim Ziyech. What do you do with him now?
I think we should sell him definitely because there's so many better options. You can look at Grealish, you can look at Jota, or if you can afford someone like Son or Bruno, you can go up to them.
So Jota is one name you mentioned. Now, last game week he did not start, and a lot of managers panicked as to what is happening. But the fact that they're playing Fulham this week, do you think Jota definitely is a starter?
He's not definitely a starter because Klopp might go if he starts in the Champions League tonight, then he might be rested against. But in the coming 3-4 games, he's gonna start at least more than half of them because there's so many fixtures that Klopp will rotate. So I'd keep Jota because if he starts, he's gonna get some points. And Fulham, even if he comes off against the bench in the last 30 minutes, he can do damage. So
Right.
I wouldn't captain him if you have him, but I wouldn't remove him from your side.
Right. And finally, Shivan, I mean, the headline fixture of this week is, of course, the Manchester Derby. Two great point scorers are playing in this game in the form of Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes. There's also Raheem Sterling and Marcus Rashford for his price. What do you do with these players? Do you potentially captain a De Bruyne? Maybe do you look to get him in this week? What would you do with these players?
I wouldn't captain them and I wouldn't look to bring them in because it's a bad fixture because you can't really predict what United will turn up. It could be the United that played against Leipzig yesterday and be terrible, or it could be the United that came back from in second half against West Ham, who looked brilliant and was scoring free flowing goals, and Bruno Fernandes was creating chances. So don't bring them in, but don't captain them because they can score 15 points and they can score 2 points as well. So you want that bankable fixture like a Salah against Fulham or a Werner against Everton when it's a weak team, so you know they can get points. Yes, they can score, but it's not as likely as other options.
Right, right, right. So there you have it, guys. Shivan's number one captaincy pick, and I think a lot of managers this week's number one captaincy pick is going to be Mohamed Salah against the lackluster Fulham team. We have also pointed out that you could probably go for someone like a Harry Kane against Crystal Palace, or you could go for Timo Werner against Everton. I personally think that Danny Ings is a good pick. So let us know what y'all think, who captain should be, and let us know how y'all are doing in your leagues. Join the United Star Mini League as well and stand a chance to win a jersey of your choice. The links are in the description. We'll see you all soon. Thanks, Shivan, for coming along. Subscribe and keep watching.